Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Gradeup's MBA and BBA and Hotel Management Preparation channel. I am Pranav Pant, an aptitude examination expert. I'm expert in quantitative aptitude and logical reasoning. So in this video, I'm going to take a session on profit and loss. So this is one of the topics that is tested in quantitative aptitude section of BBA and hotel management entrance examinations. So in all the examinations that you appear for, they test you on quantitative aptitude. So there are certain topics which are tested in this, which are basically arithmetic topics and which people have studied till class 10. So you should not worry about whether you are not from math background of class 12, because most of these topics which are asked are covered until class 10th. So today we are going to study about profit and loss. What is profit and loss? What is the concept behind it? And we'll solve some basic problems. So good evening all. Welcome to the class. Good evening Shlo. Good evening Mary. So please like this session and share this channel with your friends, those who are preparing for BBA and HM entrance examination. So this is a new channel and we are conducting multiple sessions here. Okay, so we'll be guiding you how to prepare for these examinations. Subject-wise sessions will be taking up certain concepts. For example, today we are going to do profit and loss. Similarly, we'll be taking up sessions on all subjects. We'll have sessions on daily current affairs as well as strategy sessions, when do the forms come out, how to prepare for the examinations, some past year paper discussion, etc. So we'll be doing a lot of activities on this channel. So if you are preparing for BBA and HM examinations, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also invite your friends who are preparing for these examinations. Okay, so welcome all to this. Good evening, Khushi and Fenisha. So let us understand profit and loss. So what is profit and loss? Let us say you are a shopkeeper, you run a shop. Okay. So if you are running a shop, you will be buying it some material from somewhere, right? You will not be producing it. So you would be buying it from some, say, wholesaler or the manufacturer directly. And then you will obviously sell it at a higher price. Let's say you buy sugar. Okay, so you buy sugar at 20 rupees per kg. So obviously you will sell at a higher price because your ultimate motive is to make some money. So if you sell something at a higher price, you are said to have made profit, isn't it? People say that I made profit by selling it at a higher price, right? So you talk about profit margin. So profit, when the selling price is greater than cost price, we are said to have made profit. Okay, and profit is selling price minus cost price, isn't it? Now let us talk about loss. When do we make loss? You must have heard people saying that I made loss, I had to sell it for a lower price. Like say, suppose you buy a vehicle. Okay, you bought some motorbike, and after some time you wanted to sell it because you wanted to buy another one. So obviously you will sell at a lower price. So when you sell something at a lower price, you have to make you are said to have made loss. So whenever selling price is less than cost price, you have lost. And how to find loss? Cost price minus selling price. Okay. Now profit and loss can be expressed as percentage. Percentage of what? Percentage of cost price. So profit as a percentage of cost price is profit upon cost price into 100. Okay, suppose you bought, let's say you had something of 20 rupees, the cost price was 20 and you sold it at 25 rupees. Okay, so your profit is 5 rupees. Now 5 out of 20 into 100. So that will come as 25% profit. Similarly, loss percent is loss upon cost price into 100. Suppose you had some item for 80 rupees. Okay, suppose you purchased something for 80 rupees and then you sold it for 70 rupees. Okay, so you made a loss of 10 rupees. Cost price minus selling price, 10 rupee loss. And what is loss percent? 10 by 80 into 100. So that will come as 12.5%. Okay, so this is how we find profit and loss percentages. Okay, so the next thing that we have in this is discount. Now what happens is, suppose you are buying something, right? You must have heard that people bargain at places. Let's say I'm selling some garment. I say that I will sell it for 1,000 rupees. I have a shirt. I'll sell it for 1,000 rupees. And you say that you do not agree with me. You say that no, I will not pay 1,000. I'll pay 800 only. Okay, so then we come to a mutual conclusion. I said, okay, let us sell at 800. So I reduce that price. That is called discount. Or at some time you have sale, right? You say this Diwali sale and all those, they reduce the price, isn't it? So that reduction in price is called discount. Okay. So if you have some, if you are selling something, you have certain mark price, and when you reduce that price, it is called discount. So suppose I say that I have a shirt which I want to sell for 1,000 rupees. But the person, I eventually sell it at 800. So what is the discount I give? Mark price minus selling price, that is 200 rupees. And discount percentage will be 200 by 1,000 into 100, that is 20%. So this is how we calculate these values. Okay. So let us practice a few questions, few basic questions on these concepts and see that some questions on it. Okay. So let's begin with the first question. All questions are related to the concepts that we have done today. Okay. So here's the first question. A man buys a cycle for rupees 2,400 and sells it at a loss of 15%. What is the selling price of the cycle? So remember, profit and loss both are certain percentage of cost price. So in this question, you are given that a person buys a cycle. So that cycle, that 2,400 is your cost price. Okay. So the cost price is 2,400 and sells it at a loss of 15%. 15% of what? 15% of 2,400. So loss will be equal to 2,400 into 15 by 100. That will come as 360. That is your loss. Isn't it? 15% of cost price. So 15% of 2,400 is 360. So 360 is your loss. Now if you are losing 360, so obviously you are selling at a lower price. So what will be your selling price? 2,400 minus 360. That will be 2,040. So the answer is option D, 2,040 rupees. So this is how, this is quite simple thing. You calculate using percentage, you calculate the profit or loss and then find the selling price. Okay, let's look at the next question. When a bag is sold for 1,584, the seller loses 12%. At what price must the bag be sold in order to gain 10%? So you are given selling price here and you are given the loss percentage. And in second case, you have to sell the same bag at 10% profit. So how will we approach this question? Just think that the profit or loss is a certain percentage of cost price. Okay. So if a person is selling it at losing of 12%, that means that 100 minus 12 is what? 88. So he is selling at 88%. See, total is 100%, isn't it? Total is 100% and he is making a loss of 12%. It means he is selling at 88%. Okay. So at 88%, the price is 1584. 1584 is the price. And now in second case, he has to gain 10%. Gain 10% means he has to sell at 10% extra and he has to sell at 110%. Okay. Let us say the cost price is 100C. Okay. So what will happen? Selling price in first case, SP1, let us call it SP1, 88% of this. So that will be 88C. That equals to 1584. Now if you have to find the selling price at 10% profit. At 10% profit, the price should be 110C. If the cost is 100C, the selling price should be 10% more. So 10 more than 100, that is 110. So 110C, right? So what will be the value? So 88C is 1584, you have to find 110C. So that will be equal to 1584 by 88 will give me the value of C and into 110. So if you know the table of 22, it is 5 and this is 4. And then if I divide by 4, I will get 3, 9, 6. And if you multiply this, we will get the value as 1, 9, 8 and 0. So the price is 1980. Okay, so this should be the selling price to make a profit of 10%. Is it clear? All right, so now let's proceed to the next question. In a certain store, the profit is 320% of the cost. If the cost increases by 25% but the selling price remains constant, approximately what percentage of the selling price is the profit? Okay, so in such questions wherein you are not given any values, right? You are not given any values and you are given all percentage values, right? And answer option you also are given in percentages. So remember, in the question, if you are given only values in percentages and options also are there in percentages, you can assume any value. Remember this golden rule in quantitative aptitudes, you can just assume any value. So what I will assume? I will assume the cost price as 100. Now using this cost price 100, I'll find the remaining values which are tested in the question, right? So the next thing which is given to me is the profit is 320% of the cost. So the profit is 320 rupees. Simple. I took 100 so that I do not have to calculate also. So if profit is 320, what will be the selling price? Selling price will be 420 rupees. Okay. Now I know the cost price, I know the profit, I know the selling price. Next, it says that the cost price increases by 25%. Now this was old cost price. Now the new cost price is 125. That is why we took 100 as the value, so that we do not have to calculate. Okay. Now, but the selling price remains constant. So selling price is 420. So if this is constant and this is increasing, what will happen? The profit will decrease. Or how do we find profit? Profit is selling price minus cost price. So I know selling price, I know the cost price, I do not know the profit. That I can find by subtracting this. I will get the profit as 295. Okay, I got the profit as 295. Now the question asks approximately what percentage of the selling price is the profit. So read the question carefully. Whatever is asked in the question, we shall be calculating it, isn't it? So the question asks what percentage of the selling price is the profit. So basically I have to tell profit upon selling price into 100. That comes as 295 by 420 into 100. Okay, so this comes as 295 into 10 by 42. Now if you know that 42 into 7, okay, so maybe you do not know the table of 42, but at least 40 into 7, you know, 280 and 14 extra, that is 294. Okay, so 295 will be approximately 7, so it is slightly more than 7, right? So 7 into 10, 70. So approximate the answer is 70%. Okay, so this is 70% because it is saying approximately. Now see, 60% is way too less, 65 is high, even 75 would be slightly far away. Okay, so 70% is your answer. Okay, next question. It says the percentage profit earned by selling an article for rupees 1920 is equal to the percentage loss incurred by selling the same article for rupees 1280. At what price should the article be sold to make 25% profit? So how do we do this question? So see, the question is talking about same article, right? So let us say some article is cost rupees C. Okay. Percentage profit earned on selling is equal to percentage loss if at sold at different price. So percentage profit is equal to percentage loss. Now since the cost price is same, we are selling the same article, so profit will be equal to loss. In one case, whatever profit you are making is equal to the loss in second case. Okay. So if you are making profit, so the cost should be cost plus profit, that is equal to 1920. Second case, you are making loss, that is equal to 1280. Now we know that profit is equal to loss. Whatever profit you are making in this case, that will be equal to this. So what we will have? We will have C minus P as 21280. These are the two equations that we get. Simply add these two equations. What do you get? 2 times the cost is equal to 3200, or cost price is equal to 1600. So the cost price of the item is 1600. Alright. Now we know the cost. We know cost. We are given profit percentage. We have to find selling price. So what will be the profit in this case? 25% of 1600. And see, remember, 25% is what? 1 upon 4. 25% is 1/4. So whenever you see 25%, you should automatically use 1/4, right? Do not write 25 into x by 100. So just use 1/4. So 1/4 is 400. Now 400 is the profit. Cost was 1600. So if you have to sell it at a higher price, so your selling price will be 2000 rupees. Okay, so you will sell it at rupees 2000. Nandan purchased 20 dozens of bananas at the rate of rupees 40 per dozen. He sold each one of them at the rate of rupees 4. What was his percentage profit? Okay, so we are talking about a person who purchased certain bananas and then sold them at certain profit. Okay, so you have to tell what was his profit. Okay, so first of all, one thing that I'm sure you know that, or if you do not know, you should know the meaning of dozen. So dozen in Hindi we call it darjan also, right? Because I mean that's we use the same form like that. So dozen means 12, right? So bananas you generally buy in dozens. You buy 12 bananas at one this thing. So it means 12, right? So what we have is he purchased 12 bananas, 20 dozens. So 20 into 12, he purchased 240 bananas. Okay, so he purchased 240 bananas at the rate of rupees 40 per dozen. Okay, so what is his cost price? Cost price is 40 per dozen and 20 dozens. So 40 into 20 dozens, that is 800 rupees. So he spent 800 rupees in buying the bananas. So we know the cost. We have to find the profit. So we should know the selling price. Now the question says he sold each of them at the rate of rupees 4 per banana. Okay. So how many bananas he had? 240 bananas. And he is selling one banana for rupees 4. So how much is his selling price? Rupees 960. So what do we have to find? We have to find percentage profit. So first of all, we'll find profit. What is profit? 960 minus 800, that is 160. Profit is 160, and profit percentage will be, I told you, profit and loss are percentage of cost price. Okay. So if you have profit as 160 rupees, okay, and cost price is 800, and you just need to multiply by 100. So this is 1 by 5. 1/5 is 20%. So profit will be equal to 20%. So quite simple things, isn't it? All right. So what we do is, you are just starting your preparation. Gradually, when you practice more, okay, so you will get better at it. Okay, so very good, Shlok. You got the answer right. 20% is the correct answer. So let us look at the next question then. Vani bought some toys at 20% discount on the original price. The original price of each toy was rupees 75. If she made total savings of rupees 450, how many toys did she buy? Okay, so that girl, she bought some 10 toys, and on each toy she saved 20%, right? She got a discount of 20%. Okay. So let us see how do we calculate this. So 20%, as I told you, is 1/5. Okay, so as we practice more, you should be very confident with these percentages. You do not need to write 20 by 100. That should automatically strike your mind as 20% is 1 by 5. Okay, 1 by 5 discount she gets, and the price of each toy was 75, right? So the marked price of each toy was 75. What is the discount? Discount is a certain percentage of marked price. 20%, that is 1/5. So discount she gets is 15 rupees. So on each toy she purchased, she got 15 rupees discount. Okay, discount of 15 rupees. Now her total saving of 450. So on one toy she saves 15 rupees. In how many toys will she save 450? So what we will do? We'll divide 450 by 15. Isn't it? On one toy you are saving rupees 15, and I ask you how many toys should you buy to save rupees 450. So simple thing, you will divide 450 by the number of toys will be equal to 450 divided by 15, that is 30 toys. So she must have purchased 30 toys. Is it clear? All right, so let's now do the next question, which says Raman got a discount of 30% on the mark price of a phone which he sold for rupees 8,750 with 25% profit on the price he bought. Find the marked price of the phone. Okay, so let us think, let's visualize this question first. Okay, because it's important to understand things. So first there was some marked price, okay, at which he, so let's say the marked price was 100x, right? He got a discount of 30% on the marked price, okay. So he got a discount of 30%, that is 30x. So he got it for 70x, okay, his selling price for that person. Okay, so selling price for that person means cost price for Raman. So Raman purchased at 70x. Now he sold at 8750 with 25% profit on the price he bought. Okay. Now 25% on the profit. Now it is his cost price is 70x. He is making 25% profit. So what is profit? Profit is 1/4 of 70x, that is 17.5x. Okay, 17.5x is the profit and he is selling it. So what is the selling price? We will add cost price and profit. We'll get the selling price as 87.5x. Okay, so he purchases at 70% price and then he sells at 25% profit. So you do not add, right? So don't add. Don't say that 70 plus 25 is 95. No. So in percentages, remember you always have to multiply. So if you have to find 25% profit, you will multiply by 100 and 25 by 100. Or you find 25% and then add. So if I add this, I get 87.5x, which is given to me as 8,750, right? Now this is 8,750. You can directly calculate that x is equal to 100 rupees. If x is given as 100, so can you find what is the mark price? The mark price was 100x. So 100 into 100 is 10,000. So the mark price was 10,000. Let us verify the answer. The mark price was 10,000. He got a 30% discount. So he purchased at 7,000, right? So it was written that that it would be sold at 10,000. And then Raman gets it for 7,000. Okay. Then he makes 25% profit. So he makes a profit of 1/4, that is 1750. So his selling price will be equal to 8750. So we have verified our answer also, that our answer is correct. Okay, so this is how we solve questions on profit and loss. An application of percentages. Okay, so if you're just starting your preparation, this is something which is easy to understand. You can relate also, right? Even in day-to-day activities, you talk about profit, ho gaya, loss ho gaya. So all those things can be easily understood. Okay, so this was a short session. We discussed some questions, some basic questions, variety of questions, what all questions you can come up with in profit and loss section. Okay, so here's a question for the audience. I would want you to please solve this question and answer in the comments, and we'll let you know if your answers are right or wrong. Okay, so the question is, a shopkeeper mixes 13 kg of ordinary rice which costs rupees 80 per kg with 15 kg of basmati rice which costs 144 per kg and sells the mixture at 120 per kg. Find his profit percentage. So you have to solve this question and please answer this question in the comment section. Okay, and we'll let you know the correct answer of this question in the next session. Okay. All right, so I hope you must have enjoyed this session solving some questions on profit and loss. So if you are preparing for hotel management and BBA entrance examinations, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for wonderful videos related to your preparation, related to exam strategy and more stuff. So we'll be uploading many more videos, live videos on this channel. So don't forget to subscribe this channel and share this channel with your friends whoever are preparing for these examinations, so that they get benefit out of it and are able to do good in this examinations. So thank you guys for being attentive in this session. Have a great day. Goodbye.